All right, here it is.
We are a family. I fight for them, they fight for me. As close as we can be. High in the mountains or deep in the sea. Fire on six. We're out to
distant time and far away.
Becoming man and machine, power extreme. Whatever the challenge, they are ready. The Centurions.
New and incredible species emerged, the Sectars, with Prince Dargon leading his warriors of the Shining Realm.
Tally-ho! Wings of silver, birds of steel. Silver, partly metal, partly real. Silver.
Oh man, that was awesome. How's it going, Pirates? We are back. I'm not going to waste any time at all. I'm going to bring on my co-host with the most. Let's bring on Red Toys Galaxy. How's it going, my man?
Dude, that was awesome.
I know, right?
I love that I have to do absolutely no work for this show because it's a surprise every week for me too.
I love doing that. I love that stuff.
It was ironic because I've been looking for Bionic 6 figures and I just found Fluffy at the toy show this weekend.
Nice.
So I'm like almost there. I only need like a couple more Bionic 6 figures.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, these are like all those shows are awesome except Sectars is creepy as shit.
Well, Sectars, you know what? I actually didn't really watch it that much. I mainly read the comic books for Sectars, but I still didn't mind it.
I stayed away from it as a kid. Comics didn't matter. Those bug people and their eyeballs and shit like grossed me right out when I was a kid. Like, nope.
Especially those hand puppet creatures, those
Dude,
their mounts.
Yeah, I got a buddy that loves them. I was like, I don't even look at those.
I like them, especially the 4-inch line that came out more recently. I actually did like those figures. I never got around to getting them because they were sold out everywhere I tried. So, but that's nuts. But anyways, let's start getting into stuff. Who do we have with us today?
Oh, well, we got a whole bunch of people filing into the old office.
Nice. They were excited for 80s cartoon stuff, man. There's no doubt about that.
I guess they knew about it before I did, man. I don't know. But we got Ian Sweeney in the chat.
Ian, good evening, sir.
We got Jerry 904.
Oh, good to see you, Jerry. Glad you can make it.
We have Joel from Starboy Station, of course.
Nice. Good to see you, brother.
We also have Task Force Figures and Games.
Nice.
We've got Better Ray Bob, so you can check his and Brian's show out Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. Are they doing 8? I asked
7. It's 7 o'clock. And they actually, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before, they had our guests that we're having on today. So you can go and check their video out afterwards. And actually, they talked about, they went through a whole lot of stuff. And this guy's made so much stuff that we still have plenty to go through today, and there's still enough for us to go through another show, because I definitely want to do another show with
maybe we'll do a continuation on WMC or something.
Oh, there's an idea. Could try that too, so that way it continues on 3 different shows.
Oh yeah, there you go. And then cool. We've got my better half here for WMC.
Hey Josh, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother.
We got Fat Red Foo. Hello.
Nice. What's up, brother?
Thank you, sir. You're all you guys actually. Thanks so much for showing up.
Yes.
All the live streams. You're typically there.
Exactly.
Lord of Thane, what's going on?
Oh, it's late for you, and I appreciate you being here. So that's our former co-host. For those who didn't know,
Yes.
so he's like our correspondent. So whenever he wants back in to do a show, he's more than welcome.
He's got the keys to the city.
Exactly.
We've got Better Ray Bob and one of our WMC guys here tonight, Brian, Outer Multiverse.
Hey, good to see you, man. So those are the two guys that run their show on Sundays on Outer Multiverse's YouTube channel. So again, 7 o'clock Sunday. So definitely check that out. And then this Sunday, I have Chris Odell. He's going to be on our show, so I'm doing a special creators corner with him. So he's the guy who makes those amazing GI Joe vehicles and buildings out of cardboard. And oh man, I can't wait to pick his brain. But today
wait till you see his train station made of cardboard, like the train base and with the train and everything.
That's probably awesome. But his mothership, though, that Cobra mothership that it was at Joe Fest last year, that thing was amazing.
Yeah, and they saw that other big, huge build before that, but it's awesome, dude. And then we got Eric Schultz in the chat tonight.
Good to see you, man. Welcome.
And Adrian is in the chat.
Devastation Station's here. Awesome. Good to see you, brother.
The king of the floaters is here.
That's awesome. So we have a great turnout so far. I'm sure more will be trickling in. So that's awesome. But I don't want to keep our guests waiting much longer. So let's go and get them.
Go and get them.
Oh, yes. Welcome to the show, my man. Chris Seizmore is here. Seizmore 77 Custom Action Figures. Glad to have you on the show, man.
Good to be here.
So what do you think of that intro?
That was awesome.
It brought you back, right?
Screw you. Nostalgia sucks.
But yeah, those are great times. That's when cartoons were awesome back in those days. And all of them had awesome intros. They're all like, I think they paid a little bit extra for their intros because most of the intros are really, really awesome. Like that Bionic 6 intro is insane.
Undercat's my favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Because those wicked guitar solos, man. I was like, those fucking dope.
Yep, the Silverhawks, that intro was crazy.
Oh,
Thundercats. Yeah. Thundercats, I think they spent the most for that intro from what I remember reading someplace.
That's what was dope about Power Rangers. They had an awesome theme song, too. It was like with that wicked guitar solo. It was like,
Go, go, Power Rangers! Oh my goodness, that's insane. So Chris, man, welcome to the show, man. I'm just looking at your collection behind you and I'm in awe with how awesome that is. So even beyond just the customs that you make, you have an extensive collection behind you, man. It's like that Cat Slayer alone is like it's huge. It's like it's wider than you are right now. It's insane.
There's Robo Skull in the back right there.
Yeah, that's huge too, though.
Yeah.
So that's probably. Sorry, go ahead.
You didn't have the issues with the wings breaking off, did you? I've been hearing about that one.
No, I've not had any issues with it at all.
The company's replacing it, though. If anybody out there has a Robo Skull and you snap your wings off, they are replacing them.
So how are these people snapping their wings off when they put them together and try to take them apart, or?
When you put them together, there's like a friction fit, like it clicks or whatever, which is fine. But apparently, there's like people have like just dropped them from low heights and the wing snaps right off.
Oh, that's.
Or when they try to remove them, but like don't remove them. If you click it on there, just leave it alone.
I hope you have carpeting, Chris.
No, it's like I bought the stand for it. It's just hanging on the stand right there.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so you're mainly a 4-inch collector, though, right?
Yeah, the only thing I collect that's not 4-inch are the Super 7 Thundercats. That's it.
Nice. So are you planning on getting into the Silverhawks?
No, not
your jam. Yeah, it's not cheap. Like I said, I wanted to get into the whole Thundercats thing, but it was just way too expensive. Especially when you add in Canadian shipping and all that kind of stuff. It's just half the time it's not worth it.
Might have to get into Silverhawks. They're apparently in the same universe as the Thundercats.
Yep, Silverhawks, Thundercats, Tiger Sharks, all of them from the same creator. All of them awesome shows. We didn't touch on Tiger Sharks this time, but we'll definitely follow up with our next
That was,
show.
that was such an obscure show, man. I think I only ever saw like an episode of.
Well, that one was different. It didn't have its own show, dedicated show like Thundercats and Silverhawks. That was actually part of I think it was called a comic strips.
Yep.
Comic strip on Fox Television. So it's a part of a segment of different shows.
Not the one that RoboCop was on too. They had the RoboCop, and then there was that a different thing.
No, Fox Kids did have RoboCop, but that wasn't part of it. It was Tiger Sharks, and it was like some. Was it a detective? Some detective, like dog detective or something. I can't remember. It was like some really. There was those frogs. I remember there was like those city frogs, those ghetto frogs. I can't remember the details.
Remember the show Dog City with the cops that were dogs and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Not with fond memories, but I do remember that. But let's start getting into some of this stuff. So before we even get into your work, Chris, let's get into what we're working on.
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
Oh yeah, so here we are with stuff that we're working on. So I'll get us started with a few things. I'm gonna let's try to go through these a little bit quickly because we have so much content to go through today, and I'm so excited for all of that because I want to dive right into that good stuff. So let's go through some of the things I'm working on. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen some of these things that I'm working on. So like, for example, I just posted this last night, my He-Man that I started working on. I have a short reel in regards to that and what I've done to put him together.
Holy shit, that sword's huge, man.
It's a power sword, man. It has to be big.
Definitely is the power sword.
But I think it's also the angle that I shot the picture because it's like a decent regular size sword for a 4-inch figure. It's pretty cool though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it came out. He's coming out really good. I think I might actually not go with those furry things on his boots. Those are from Boss Fight, so I cut them open and put them on his leg bands. But I think I might actually just sculpt the fur myself, just because those look so big.
It'd be cool if you did like kind of a combo, like kind of sci-fi He-Man.
Well, I kind of want to sci-fi him up, like his wrist gauntlets and stuff. I think I might add some sci-fi elements to it, only because I want him to fit into my world building.
Kind of like in the 2000X series when he had all the crazy snake armor and bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I might have him have different armors and stuff too. So,
cool.
But I kind of want him to have the original look, and right away with the boss fight parts, it just fits perfectly.
Yeah, man, that's good.
And then I have these two that I'm working on, which is part of a group of Borg for my world building. They call themselves the Misfits. Again, the one on the left is a head sculpt that I bought online, and I started putting together her some parts to put this figure together. So the legs are from a Joy Toy figure. The lower arms are from a G.I. Joe 25th anniversary Bat android. The upper arms are from a Terminator 4-inch figure, and then the torsos from a boss fight figure as well. So
do they have names? Because you do not want me to name these for you.
No, I have names for them. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but they do have names. And so these two characters are sisters. So the story actually, I think the one on the left, I launched her story last week, so you can go and check that out on my Instagram. And then I have her younger sisters. So that her younger sister's name is Vala, and I can't remember her name is Sabe.
Oh, so, the one on the right, I was going to call Hand Job Jenny.
Yeah, that's not her name.
Hey, you don't want me to name shit, man.
So here are the Misfits. Those are the rest of the crew. The Borg Queen, I started working on that last week. I cracked her head trying to pop it onto that body. So I reached out to the seller. He's going to send me another one in about a month. And then I have the other two characters on the end. The one on the very far right, her story's coming up next. and the one on the far left is with a custom Zorana head that I made, and the body's from League of Legends, the upper body, and then the lower body is from a Halo 5-inch figure, which I broke when it fell off the shelf, so I decided to keep the legs. And then the midriff is from a boss fight, so a chrome blank figure. So it's coming along nicely. I can't wait to finish these off and have the stories come out. So that's what I'm working on.
Looking
And
good,
next,
man.
what's that?
Said looking good, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you, sir, you're working on some stuff as well.
Oh
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I see here you sent me some pictures in regards to this awesome room.
Yeah,
I want those shelves, man. That you have in the
I'll
background.
hook you up, man. So I literally started this like 2 days ago. So this is gonna be like a speeder custom shop. So far I'm only got the parts counter set up, a few racks, bringing some speeders in. I got a white witch that I'm working on that's gonna go in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I've got the heads for Dusat and Jobin. The
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna put them on proper, like fully articulated bodies.
Yeah, because they come with 5 POA figures, right?
Yeah, like I bought the $4 prints for the 5 POA figures, but I just want the head sculpts.
Right.
So I'm just gonna take those and put them on good bodies. But anyways, yeah. So it's supposed to be just kind of a little speeder shop here with a parts counter, and yeah, I've got a lot to do with that. I've got some neon lights that have to go up. Basically, it's gonna look like a garage. It's gonna have like old like fuel signs on the walls and like you know what I mean, like.
That's cool. I can't wait to see it as part of your video updates because I want to see the entire room because that looks really cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that figure came in a 4-inch figure. That I can't remember her name. That Tandy Newton figure.
Oh,
I forget her name. But
Woody Harrelson's.
Yeah, his love interest in that.
I think it's Val, wasn't it?
Yeah, Val from the Solo movie.
Yeah, I don't see her I didn't see her very often, so I scooped her up as soon as I saw her.
Is that a 5 POA one or is that articulate?
It's 5 POA, but it's like both those figures have really nice detail.
Nice. And she has a ball jointed head, right? So it could just pop off.
Yeah. She is one of the 5 POAs with a ball joint head, so you could take the head off and do something else.
Oh, I need to.
I'm not picky like you are about.
I don't mind them as background figures, but I want my characters to be posable. And unfortunately, 5 POA just doesn't cut it. If you love that stuff, by all means, enjoy it. I have nothing against anyone who loves that stuff. It's just not for me.
Well, the idea is eventually, like once I get the speeders in there and start customizing them and stuff, like I want like. It's almost like if anyone's played Fallout 4, we're the cat guys.
Okay.
So it'll be kind of like a crew like that hangs out at this shop, and they like soup up speeders and customize them and stuff like that. So, but very ground level. Like basically, I just got the 3D prints, started putting them in there, and off we go.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good.
Those warehouse racks are awesome.
I love them because they're the perfect size. And then they can hold the boxes that those other 3D printed boxes.
Well, you can scale it. You can scale. Those are actually meant for like the little mini, like 1/64th garage.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I just upscaled them to 1/18th and like printed them out.
Yeah, they came out
nice.
That's
history. So you can scale anything to whatever you want.
That's true.
As long as you know the sizes and like kind of the formula, it's pretty easy. So.
Well, when I get my printer, I'll be able to start doing that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Awesome stuff.
But,
and then next up, we have Christopher's stuff. Oh my gosh. I didn't have this in the intro because this is something you're working on, but oh my gosh, these are awesome.
Oh, D&D, those are weird.
Yeah, these are kind of new old. So I've made these once before, but like a lot of my stuff, I go back. I think I made them like 3 years ago, and decided to fix them, as I say, which is why some of them are a little bit more finished than others.
Right.
Presto obviously is getting completely. That's all sculpt.
That's
so I originally had used a robe from Boss Fight, but I decided to instead sculpt it. And then of course, like the straps on the boots for Bobby and Diana, both wanted to correct that, and then correct some of the sculpt on various aspects of them. And then the heads, that's the really big thing there. Super cool guy that I talked to on his tank. I don't know if anybody goes on his tank and Instagram both. He goes by the name Cali Viper, but it's VIPR.
Nice.
He actually scanned the Hasbro heads.
Oh, okay.
The D&D figures, and then scaled them down to 1/18th, and then printed them out for me.
That's awesome, man.
Huge shout out to him, including Presto's hat. So that actually comes off.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Cool.
So amazing work.
These are like 1,000 times better looking than the Hasbro ones.
I know,
thanks.
right? Yeah.
But those heads really make it. When I finish them off and everything, I'll link him in my Instagram if anybody wants to hit him up for. But that's amazing work though.
Because I wanted to make this line as well, but I just could never. First of all, I don't sculpt as good as you do. Like this sculpt work is just insane. Like I know you're using looks like boss fight base bodies for some of these.
So let's see, Eric, Hank. No,
Eric, I can see Eric's shin guards are definitely boss fight.
Yeah, he actually uses a Bucky Marvel Universe body. Eric does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as the base. Hank is boss fight. Actually, I guess that's it. Diana is a Marvel Universe.
Oh, really? I really thought Diana was a boss fight female.
Yeah, and then Sheila is a mixture of Jurassic Park figures.
Oh, wow.
And then Bobby is one of the Jurassic Park kids that I just sanded everything off.
Holy cow.
He had a pair of shorts on. I sanded it off and then sculpted it back over. And he had sleeves. I sanded it off. I sanded the shirt off of him.
Wow.
So
you're dedicated to your craft for sure, man. Because I just wouldn't even have bothered. I was like, I'll make them my own version of those characters.
Yeah.
Usually, I just get lazy. I don't like. You pay attention to all the little details. Like just looking at Diana's outfit, it's like I said before. It looks like they jumped right out of the cartoon. The level of detail is just awesome for all of these.
Yeah, they look awesome.
I know, and this is the early stages of it. Imagine what it's gonna look like when it's done, man.
Yeah, Presto needs his shoes, but he's wearing like these little like.
Oh, did we lose him?
On his shoes, and then put his hands on and everything. So I've been working on painting them today a little bit.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Yes, he definitely is an amazing artist. And actually, Ian was saying earlier that it was one of his favorite series. Definitely one of mine as well. It's the Dungeons and Dragons ride. Yeah, very, very good stuff, man. Awesome work, brother. Now, one of the other things, I didn't mention this sooner, but one of the other things that I'm also working on, and it's not done yet, but this is probably one of the reasons why Starboy showed up, because there's something of his that I'm working on, which is his Titan story. His is a pretty detailed story, so that's why it's taking me longer to complete. But I'll give you guys a little teaser of it.
Phobos, the young son of Ares Maximus, accompanied his father on a routine trip to the planet Merkur. While Phobos was off exploring, as he was known to do, his father's group was ambushed and killed by wayward smugglers. Phobos returned to the ship only to discover the smoldering carnage. The young Gamorrean ran off into the forest, and there he stayed. Phobos was only 6 years old but quickly adapted to living off the land. He hunted the native Ysalamiri and other wildlife for food. For years, other inhabitants of the planet would report sightings of a green ghost that walked the forest. One day, Phobos saw a ship land in a clearing. As he spied from the thick undergrowth, he saw the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. He recognized her immediately, a giant purple hut. He staggered out of the bushes to reveal himself. The hut's guards immediately surrounded Phobos. Although the Gamorrean had spent the last 10 years living in the wilds, the hut recognized him immediately. He was the spitting image of her former head of security, Ares Maximus.
So yeah, that was just a little teaser of what I'm working on for Starboy. So I still have a lot to do, only because, again, The story is very extensive. He put in a lot of detail into his story, which is really awesome. So I can't wait to finish that one off. Plus, I got some other submissions from Adrian Forbes. I have his. Josh is sending me one a little bit later on this week. I still have one from Task Force Figures and Games. I also have one from Fat Red Foo. He sent me one as well. So a whole bunch of guys are sending me in their Titans. So awesome. I'm working on a lot of those stories. So those are going to all be coming out week to week. So hopefully next week I'll have 2 of them out. I'll have Starboys done, as well as I'll have Agent Forbes story done as well. So that's basically what I've also been working on the side. So that's what's been keeping me busy these days. So that's it for what we're working on. So I think it's about time. We're about midway through the hour. So I think it's about time we actually get into why we're actually here. Why everybody showed up was to see some amazing customs. That's why I'm here anyways. So let's get into that kind of stuff right now. So I'm going to go in the same order that you saw the cartoon segments that we started out with. So we're going to start things out with the Bionic 6. This stuff is awesome. So as you can see, this is what the characters look like in the pictures and in the cartoon. And like I said before, it looks like they jump right off the screen and right here they are. Like, look how awesome these characters are, man. These are way better than the original figures that came out. And I love the original figures because they were die cast.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of the originals. These are awesome.
But these are amazing. The colors just boom, just jumps right out at you. You've done a fantastic job with these, Chris, man. I love these figures. And are these the updated ones, or
these are the most updated? Yeah, I think I've redone Bionic 6 3 times. Professor Sharp is the newest one.
Nice.
There in the front. So, but yeah, they've been redone multiple times. They actually were some of the first customs I did for.
That's what got me into your customs, was this group of figures.
Yeah, they were
insane. Like the level of detail, like the sculpting work is just crazy, man. Like you captured all the little, like just the little tiny little details. You captured everything, so they jump right off the page.
Yeah, there's the original ones. Yeah, those are awesome figures, though.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch this show later.
It's a great show. Actually, I got back into watching it because of his customs. Actually, a lot of the customs he made got me to go back and start perusing episodes here and there, just because it's just so great to see your work, man. Like the details for this is just insane.
Wow!
Like, look at this. And he makes the original ones look like garbage toys, even though they're awesome.
They do, yeah.
They're awesome toys, but
the original ones though actually have a lot of these same details on them. They just didn't paint them.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
The originals are extremely detailed figures, actually.
But what I mean though is that just based on the limitations they had back then, they couldn't really sculpt the bodies like how the figure sculpts we get now. Like that's what I mean by the level of detail, is that they actually look like the characters from the show itself. Whereas the original figure, you could tell it's who the character is, but it didn't really look like they jumped out of the cartoon and into your hands. You know what I mean? Like your sculpt work is just the level of detail, the color, everything's just perfect. And I know you go through a lot of trouble to make sure the colors match what you see in the cartoon as well.
I try.
And you've done a fantastic job with these. Like, look at these. Every time I see these, I'm like, I want them. How much money you want for these? They're just so awesome.
Paying attention to their toy companies, like
I know they really need to pay attention to the kind of stuff that creators are making, because they're far better than what some of these companies make.
A lot of people say the community is doing the best work. So
easily. Like look at this.
I'm not even sure who has the rights to Bionic 6 now.
I don't know.
Was it Filmation?
I don't know.
I think these were maybe I want to say maybe these were LJN, same company that made.
I think these were LJN figures. Yeah,
maybe who knows who owns.
But I have no idea who. I mean, obviously Mattel has Thundercats now.
Yeah.
So I don't know who owns the rights to Bionic 6.
Huh.
And look, your figure actually looks like a black guy. the original one that looks like he might be Indian or something. He doesn't look like he's a black guy. But yeah, like just the level of detail is just crazy. Like every time I look at I look at these and then I watch the cartoon intro. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are the same characters. Like right away, there's no mistaking the characters. It's like insane. So what, like how long does it take you to create a figure like one of these? Like with the in terms of like the paint and the sculpting and all
Yeah, it
that.
all depends. So painting is one of those odd things, especially when you're working with the yellow, red,
Yes.
white. Like the yellow on each of these figures was probably about 6 or 7 layers because you start
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I did
It's
sculpt
too
the hair.
thin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
sculpt
start
the hair.
really, really thin. Yeah, that's a Marauder task force head, and I just sculpted the hair and everything on him. So
Wow.
so it's just really thin layers. It can take. I want to say the Bionic 6. I worked on all of them, including the sculpt and everything, probably about off and on for about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
not bad though, man. Takes you
that's
3
not
weeks to make one custom. This guy's
Yeah.
doing it like a whole team.
that's not including Professor Sharp or any of the bad guys. That's just the 6 Bionic
Right.
6 figures.
So
That's still awesome.
I did look it up real quick, and Universal owns the rights to Bionic 6.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So maybe they'll make a live action version
Dude,
of
a
this.
live action movie of Bionic 6 would be dope.
I'd be down for that. Like, look at these guys, man.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Insane. Like I said, I like them way better than the original. Like I really love the original figures, but like again, the color matching to the cartoon is spot on, even compared to the original figures. I don't know if maybe because that figure.
This dude looks all derpy.
Yeah. So I don't know if the original figure lost some of its coloring, like with sun bleaching and stuff like that, or if that's the original color.
That's just the original color.
Oh, is it? Okay, so it is a lighter blue. But yeah, your blue is like exactly the same from like the cartoon.
So yeah, so sorry, Adam, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. We can't start again. We're already in a little ways.
Yeah, we're well into it now.
But thank you for coming out, man. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
we appreciate it. It's late where he is, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of Adam, he's going to be on the show next week, so we have him next Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that.
I love streaming with Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But this is man, I'm always like drooling whenever I see your work, Chris, because it's just insane, man. The level of detail is incredible.
Oh, he looks.
That's probably one of my favorite customs I've done. I don't know. Now that's one that's not very similar to the cartoon. He's huge on the cartoon.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
So I'm not really sure why they made him.
I know, it's tiny little stunted figure. He looks really weird though. What's that?
They do that with a lot of stuff. They always make in TMNT. They always make Slash way smaller than he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess it's just to save on plastic.
Yeah.
Or I guess in this case, die-cast metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so next up we got Brave Stars. So oh my goodness, if you Bionic 6 was insane, this stuff is crazy too.
Eyes of the hawk, speed of the puma,
strength of the bear, the bear. So this is insane, man. Again, they look like they jump right off the page. Now I see you have 2 versions here.
There you go. That's I made. He was made one of the early customs. I just didn't like it. So then a couple of years later, I remade him. So yeah, the one that you're seeing that you have the single wall on the left hand side. So that I took a comparison shot just to kind of show
your original
my
design.
My sculpting skills had increased and
very much so.
All of that kind of stuff. So
because the second one, the one that's like the individual one. That one you could tell you put in a lot of work into the sculpting because it has all the details just like the original picture. Like look at that.
Yes.
That looks just exactly the same. The coloring is spot on.
Yes. And the colors really pop on you.
Exactly. It's like really cool. I love it. Yeah, like you were saying, yellows, especially like yellows and whites, it takes so many layers to get them just right. But then on top of that, to get the right shade of yellow, that's tough.
Yeah, it's like an orange yellow. Yeah, that's one of the toughest things is trying to match when they do stuff like that. So,
and the blues.
We just had Lockdown Productions just showed up. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
We're talking about something. Right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna print him the 1/18th scale Firefly, the Serenity.
Ooh,
Is that what it's
nice.
from? Yeah. So
That
yeah,
would be cool.
I'm looking forward to doing that project. It looks like it's like 200 parts, but it's like
Oh, ouch.
can't wait to see him build it and put it together. It's gonna look awesome.
Now, this 3030, the only way that you could make it any better is if it could actually transform. That's the only way you could make it better because it
Um,
looks just like the cartoon version.
yeah, he's on the list actually to be redone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
I
wanting
think you can
to.
make him transformable if you made his hands swap out for like hooves or something like that.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna make him transform, but he's on the list. I think I can make it. I think my sculpt, I can make it better than it looks
Yeah.
right there. So
But he still looks awesome, though.
Look at that gun; he just blows someone in half.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like the
It
gun.
had a name. He had a name for her.
Sarah Jane. I
Yes,
think.
that's it. Something
Sarah
along
Jane,
those
that's
lines.
hilarious.
Yeah, he had a name for that guy. I remember that. Sarah J wants to kill some bad guys.
I think
Yeah,
that's
they used
right.
to
I
be
may
able-
not be.
They used to be able to say kill and die on cartoons back then.
Yeah, exactly. She's awesome too. The judge.
That's the judge. Yeah.
She's nice. Nice job. So I'm guessing you sculpted the hat because I don't really,
Uh,
aside from like Dime Novel, I don't know of anyone who actually
It
makes
is
cowboy hats.
a Zorro hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and but on the top where his was flat, I had to add it so it like
That little bump on
yeah,
the top.
and then I sculpted a couple of details on it, but it's just a Zorro hat. But everything else on her
okay.
is
Looks really good.
sculpted. The things on her
gauntlets.
wrist, the boots, the straps, everything.
Nice.
Marshall Bravestar shot Zorro and took the hat as a trophy.
Yeah.
There you go. Friggin' awesome. I forget
Oh,
this
these
guy's
look so
name, but
good.
he looks
So
so
good.
awesome. Is
Yeah.
this did you use a penguin body for that? Because that's what
Yeah,
okay,
it
that's
is
what I thought.
sanded.
Totally.
Like he's got pinstripes on his legs, but they're actually sculpted in. So I had to sand all that down.
Oh shit.
And then of course where he's got pants, so they come to a cuff at the bottom. You had to sand all that off.
Oh,
So then
wow.
I sculpted the boots over the top of it. The head is the penguin head, and I sculpted over the top of it.
Oh wow.
Sanded all the details off the shirt, sculpted all that up. So
Yes, thanks, Adam. Definitely hit that like button if you're enjoying what you're seeing today, because I know I am. This is awesome stuff.
Yeah, smack that like button like Adam would do it.
You know, just make sure you slap it like it owes you money. But yeah, this is amazing, man. So I'm guessing you sculpted the head too, right?
yeah, for handlebar, yeah.
That's insane.
Wow.
And here comes one of my favorite characters. Oh man!
Tex Hex.
Now,
Oh,
did
that's
you make the
a,
guns too, or is that Star Lord?
They are a
Star-Lord.
movie Star Lord.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked
Yeah,
like
and I just
Star Lord's
cut I think I cut the middle piece out for him.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I'm like so into this right now, man.
I know, right?
I've
It's
been
just so
playing-
crazy.
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, replaying that, so I'm right into Cowboys right now. So this is
Nice.
awesome.
But this is amazing, man. Like I'm guessing you sculpted the face and everything.
Tex Hex, no, I bought that head sculpt.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just painted it up. All the other stuff is sculpted on him though.
That's nuts.
He uses I'm trying to remember now. That's Cobra Commander legs, and again, they're sanded. You just have to sand all the details off of you if you like the legs and stuff. And
You're
then
not
just paint
hands.
over.
Are you using a
I was just about to ask
power
him.
sander or hand sander?
I'll use Dremel to
Right.
actually
Oh,
get
okay.
it down, but then I actually get with sandpaper
Just so you can get the
because the Dremel
details.
won't make it as smooth as you need
Right.
it. So to paint on. So and then
Nice.
it's just hand sanding after that.
This is like it's inspiring me to like actually because of your work. I'm actually going to be trying more sculpting because the only thing I've ever sculpted ever was my Superman. I sculpted a beard on him and it came out really good. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try more sculpting. But after seeing your stuff, I'm like, oh man, I really want to get into sculpting because it's just insane.
Yeah, no, this is dope. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
He
Yep.
loves Centurions, man.
This was one of my favorite shows, man. And I actually told you too one of our conversations because I was saying the only character that's missing is Crystal. I need to see. I need to see
she's sitting
Crystal.
on my desk. I have all
Oh,
the
you
parts
do
laid
have
out.
Crystal.
I have the parts laid out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've got to go through my normal process of deciding what sculpt she needs, what
Nice.
paint, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, she's definitely gonna get made.
So yeah, before you guys say, "Oh, that's awesome," these are the original figures.
Those are awesome.
So they are amazing,
awesome, dude.
but they're not 4-inch figures. Which
There's
is,
someone on the channel know, but there's a third party that's making all the unreleased Centurion stuff that is compatible with
I've seen
the
those.
original.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Uh,
looks really cool. These were awesome figures for the time. There's even up to today's standards, they're really great figures.
what's with the dude? That would suck walking around with a missile and a freaking machine gun in your face.
I know, right? But it was still awesome.
Hey, is
idea,
that are you just happy to see me, or is that a machine gun?
But yeah, so those are the originals. Here are Chris's versions. Oh no, look, these are the originals without their stuff on.
Yeah.
And here are Chris's versions. Like, look at
dude.
this, man.
Dude.
Isn't this awesome? What I love too is I love that they're bulky because they'd be wearing exosuits, right? So based on today's standards, that's generally what they would look like is these designs.
Oh,
But
it
what I
looks
want to
like-
know, sorry, go ahead.
It looks like Joy Toy made these.
I know, right? The level of detail is insane. Again, the color is just perfect. It's exactly.
These are
Like,
awesome.
look at that. Like, look at the colors. Like, spot on, man. It's insane. I love it. I know I can see some parts that I'm familiar with. Like, for example, Ace McCloud's wings. Those look like from the Marauder.
Yep.
What's those? One of those things. Those mech things.
The mech suits, yeah.
Mech suits. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what those are from. But that's pretty much the only thing I recognize.
So yeah, the little missile on Ace McCloud on the front
Yeah.
is also from. It's the little missile-looking thing from Marauders. Only I cut some styrene pieces out and put them together. The machine gun pieces are also from Marauders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Any plans to make the add-on kits for these guys, like the bigger tank?
I would love to. I would have to just sit down and kind of look at them. I don't own. I had them all as a kid.
Right.
I don't have any of them now, so I'd have to buy them, and they're ungodly expensive.
Oh, yeah, for
Centurions
sure.
are nuts, man.
Yeah.
I know. I actually wanted when I saw your original designs. I'm like, oh, I want to go back and buy those figures again because I was feeling all nostalgic. I saw the prices and like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
You fire up as soon as you open the eBay window on your browser, your wallet starts to cry.
Exactly. Ching 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 ching. You see the dollar signs. So, what figures did you use as the base for these guys?
There's Marauder figures. I completely sanded off the chest down flat,
Right.
and then sculpted all of the chest stuff on them. Those
So,
are.
I was about to say, what did you use for the chest parts?
It's all sculpt, but then the circles are actually. You can buy these styrene rods.
Okay.
I just cut them down and let
Oh,
the
wow.
sculpt begin to cure,
Right.
and then I would put them in there. And there's actually magnets in the middle, in the center ones. There's tiny magnets in there, which is what holds their pieces on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
cool.
Very cool, man. And of course, so these are the individual guys. So here's Ace McCloud. Here's Max Ray. Really cool, man.
Tom Selleck.
I know.
It was
I
based on
think
Tom
that's
Selleck.
yeah. I was about to say it was based on Tom Selleck.
Every cartoon in the '80s had a Tom Selleck guy.
Oh yeah, you had to have a guy
Guy
with a mustache.
Always.
And then I forget this guy's name.
Jake Rockwell.
That's it. I remember the Rockwell. I couldn't remember his first name.
Well,
He was yeah. Of course, for most people found Ace McCloud was their favorite. This
He was
guy,
my
this
favorite.
guy was my favorite. Was Jake McCloud. I love this guy.
I like the land guy, the tank dude.
I love the land figures, characters, but I also loved his accent, his down south accent. He was the best, man.
Oh yeah.
Now I
Really
read somewhere
cool.
he's based on Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting combination. So I wonder who Ace McCloud's based on.
Couldn't find it. I don't know.
But there's the enemies. Oh my gosh, awesome stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these. So all the Centurions recently got redone too.
Mhm.
These just got redone right before I was on Outer Multiverse the other
Oh,
night.
okay.
Yeah, so
Haha, we got them.
yeah, we didn't get to these. I apparently I sent them like 200 and so I didn't realize. that.
Holy cow!
No,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not.
just
it was
going through your stuff, I had
200.
over 100.
Yeah,
I think Brian said there was He said it was. I think it was more like 520 or like.
Oh yeah,
or 250 every episode.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Oh.
There's enough content for all of us to
500
have multiple shows.
540 picks.
Holy shit,
See,
man!
you were smarter though. You just picked pictures you wanted. They said just send me stuff, and so
No, I know better than to do that because, especially with creators always want to get their stuff out there because they put in a lot of work. So definitely, of course, I understand they want to send us everything, but I mainly wanted to stick to a specific theme, so that's why I stuck to what I wanted. And then when you were starting to send me stuff, I'll send you the stuff I'm working on. And then I started getting messages and like, I better put a stop to this.
Yeah.
So I said, just send me a few of what I need.
I told Bob too, though. I don't really talk about this stuff very much. So anyone gives me an opportunity to talk.
Oh, you'll definitely be back on again. This is just part one.
Yeah, lockdowns, right? These are next level, and that's
I know, right?
That's coming from a guy who's got a whole civilization in his yard. So.
I know, right? Yeah, definitely check out Lockdown's page and his YouTube channel. He's building this awesome town, city, spaceport. It's like, oh my gosh.
He's got another one on the go now that's starting. I'm like, good Lord, man.
And it's huge. The amount of work that he puts into it is insane. It's like the amount of work Chris puts into each one of these designs. Like, look at the detail, though. Like, how'd you get like the robotic detail on these guys?
Sculpt.
Oh, that's all sculpt work?
The whole, like, I guess it'd be his right side of his body.
Yeah.
Like beside his skin, that's all sculpt.
But how'd you get it such angular cuts and stuff like that?
So what I'll do is I'll lay my sculpt out and I'll cut it with an X-Acto knife to the size I need.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's probably this is probably honestly about 8 or 9 sculpting sessions because you don't want to sculpt. It's easy to forget that this stuff's not dry and cured, and you'll mash it down.
Yep.
So and then you come back over. I do it with an X-Acto knife and a couple other little things, and you just try your best to make all the same details that they've got on theirs. The one thing I've learned is it's patience.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't have when it comes to doing custom work is patience.
Well, I gotta ask though, do you separate in the middle to do add-ons, or
I wanted to originally, and just absolutely couldn't do it. I got lucky. The legs are from the Iron Man 2 drones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I was able to. Those look very similar. So I was able to with the legs. But outside of that, he uses a G.I. Joe, I think Storm Shadow body.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy.
And all of that sculpt. Everything on his chest everything's sculpt except for you can tell the Marauder parts.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, like Laura Thane said, you are definitely a sculpting wizard, man. Like this is insane.
That does spin though. The arm.
Oh, nice.
Around. Yeah.
So all this stuff you sculpted and then also the paint work. How do you match up the paint? Like, do you like hold it right up to? I guess you have the original toy to match it up, so it's a little
just trial and error the best I can. Like I'll flip the vintage one upside down, like the bottom of his foot,
right?
And I will like do a stroke of paint to see how close is this, and then I'll wipe it off.
Smart.
Yeah, to try the best. The only one I've ever failed on is Buttons McBoom Boom.
Oh,
I'm not real big on that kind of pinkish look to him.
Yeah,
not
great.
Yeah, but I failed multiple times to match his colors. If anybody's familiar with Buttons McBoom Boom from Cops.
Yep. So. This is my goodness. This is just crazy. Oh, here's the old classic Johnny Quest. I'm sure a lot of people don't remember this show, but this was like one of the first cartoons I started watching. Was Johnny Quest. This is where Venture Brothers were based on, was these characters and this show. So again, jump to right off the page and right onto an action figure's body.
There's Haji.
Yeah, Haji and Bandit. So did you sculpt Bandit?
Bandit's actually from a Johnny Quest line that came out in the 90s, maybe. I've never seen that cartoon.
Right.
But I found Bandit on eBay.
Oh, okay.
And bought him. I paid a little bit more than I wanted to. But
that's usually the case.
Always do on eBay.
And, especially on eBay, yeah.
Yeah, and then just repainted him.
Nice stuff. And then there's Race. And so Doctor Quest,
Yes.
what coat did you use for him?
It is from again. I talked about this on Ultra Multiverse, but AVAX Lab.
Oh, right. I've
Yeah,
used this stuff before.
If no one's used AVAX Lab,
I have. I've used this stuff before.
highly recommend it. It's
Like when you look at his page, it doesn't look like much, but
it is.
he has everything you can think of. He has it, and it's just really
beyond
awesome.
trip. If he doesn't have something, just message him. He'll get back to
Yeah,
you.
and he'll usually make it for you.
Yes, he
which
is
insane.
terrific.
Like I got a lot of web gear. I got a few
Yes.
female torsos from him as well. He does a lot of really good stuff. But again, like when I first saw his page, that's back when he had the regular white and orange page with no details at all. But then I started ordering stuff like, oh, and then when I got them, I'm like, what? This is awesome stuff. So yeah, he's another one that's really really quality stuff from him. So yeah, here's a more detailed look of these characters. So again, what base figure did you use for these?
Dr. Quest is the upper body is Marauders, lower body is Boss Fight.
Oh, okay. That was like Flash Gordon.
I can't remember the legs.
It kind of looks like Flash Gordon because I just recently got the Flash Gordon with the white T-shirt, and the legs look similar to that.
Yeah, I can't recall. I got them off of Vitruvian Armory.
Oh, so you know what? Those could be the Zombie Lab legs.
Yeah.
It's probably the Zombie Lab legs.
I think it's same.
Yeah, so it's the same. Yeah, it's the same buck pretty much, because all the parts were interchangeable between the two. I think eventually Boss Fight ended up taking over the Zombie Lab because it was an independent toy company at first, and then I think Boss Fight took them over. But yeah, this is insane. Like that Reese shirt. Did you sculpt that? Because
it is so I sculpted the thing that comes over.
Yeah, the little
flap.
flap.
Like a flap. It's not just a normal dress shirt. It's like a weird like flap that comes over. So yeah, I sanded off the details and put the flap on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. And then here's Johnny and Haji.
Yep.
What figures did you use for these? Because these look like 5P. No, not 5P away, but looks like almost like
they are
Indiana Jones.
I tried to stay away from T-Crotch, but it's really hard to find kid-sized bodies. So they're Mutt Williams from Indiana Jones.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought they were Indiana Jones figures.
Just sanded them down a whole lot. Obviously, Haji, they're the same exact body.
Right.
But for Haji, I just really went to town sanding him down. And then a little bit of sculpt work over the top of them, and then
that's insane. Actually, I was just watching a few episodes the other day after seeing these figures. I'm like, I need to go and catch up on that. And it still holds up to today's standards. The cartoon's actually pretty decent storyline.
Yeah, it's a fun cartoon. Yeah,
like really good storylines. It's crazy when I watched the Venture Brothers the first time. Like, why does this look familiar? I couldn't remember why.
I love
they were
Venture
familiar.
Brothers. That show's hilarious.
And it was based on this. Oh yeah, that's a great show too.
Rock Samson or whatever that big.
Yeah, and he was based on race.
Yes, I do. Green stuff. I use green stuff to sculpt.
Yeah, that's I use that. Is it the Army Painters green stuff that you use, or?
No, it's the tubes that you can buy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because the one I have right now, it's the same kind of green stuff, but it's from Army Painter.
Yeah, I don't know the company that does this, but they sell like the wraps and they sell the big tubes of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one I have are the wraps.
Yeah,
because I was just starting out, so I didn't go and buy the whole big tube of it. But what I do love about it is that it takes a while to cure, so you have plenty of time to work on it. And because it has different levels of how it cures, you can do different types of sculpting at different parts of it curing, which is really cool.
So it just cures naturally, or do you have to hit it with like heat or anything, or
over time?
Yeah, just regular air dry, but you can obviously blow drying it and stuff like that. Not on hot blow drying, but like the cooler air blow drying,
just to get the air moving over.
Yeah, it actually speeds up the curing.
Okay.
Now, yes,
here we go.
We're getting into some good shit. Not that the other stuff wasn't good, but oh my goodness, wait till you guys see the level of detail, because again, you see how you sculpt some amazing stuff here, but with the mass figures, again, the level of detail on each one of these figures is just insane. So let's start things out with the entire team. Check this out.
Wow.
That's just
Yeah,
nuts.
they're re-releasing Mask, but they're not 1/18.
It's the same, yes, back to the original scale with
Yeah.
some added articulation and some added paint sculpt like in their faces. Because the original figures, they had no paint sculpt in the face. The only thing that was painted on the original figures was the hair.
Does T-Bob turn into a scooter thing?
Nah, he was 3D printed, not by me, but he was 3D. I just painted him up. He just his arms and legs move. Outside that, he just stands there.
What I like about Scott is that his T-shirt looks like the T-shirt from the cartoon, whereas the original toy is just plain blue because there's no paint apps added to the original figure. So here they all are without their masks.
That's
so crazy. Here's the bad guys.
You're sculpting those masks.
I know, right?
So
he sculpted all of those.
Some I did. Some I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't take it. And you can a lot of these now. You can buy a lot with 3D printers now. A lot of people are making the mask.
Right.
So I sculpted. Let's see if I can get them all here. Lester on the end here. His name escapes me.
I don't remember any of their names.
Bruno Shepard and then Nash Gory. I sculpted those three right here.
The only ones I know their names of is Mayhem and Vanessa, the girl on the.
You don't know Matt Tracker or Sato?
Oh no, I know Matt Tracker and Rick Sato. I know those characters, but in regards to the bad guys, I remember Mayhem and I remember Vanessa, but that's because I had a crush on Vanessa. But yeah, because I loved her car too, the 300ZX, nice car. But oh my goodness, like the level of detail for each one of these characters. Again, they look like they jump right out of the cartoon.
Yeah, now a lot of the details on them are sculpted, like their armor and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, the original Scott figure. Look how many paint apps were added and sculpting, obviously, in regards to around his neck. That looks like it was sculpted on, and I'm guessing his belt too.
Yeah.
Nice, good stuff, man. There's Matt Tracker.
Yeah, Matt Tracker.
I actually wanted to get there was at one of the San Diego Comic Cons, there was a box set that had different figures.
Had Rom Space Knight.
Yeah, and one of them had Matt Tracker.
I think Roadblock from G.I. Joe was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
the
Skyfire.
This is the 25th Matt Tracker. What I did was I just simply added some sculpt to his chest, full body repaint.
Okay.
And of course added a different head.
What head did you use for that?
It actually is there's a guy on eBay. I can't remember, Carnage Creations maybe.
Right.
If you type in 1/18th Matt Tracker, he actually has a helmet too. That's not that helmet, but that's the perfect Matt Tracker head.
It's funny.
Oh yeah.
It's funny you mentioned this is the Hasbro buck because I see that crack in the leg that almost all the G.I. Joe 20.
Yes, they all have that little seam.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe 20. A lot of them they didn't close on that leg. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Look at Mayhem. Like the face alone. Is this again one of those sculpted heads you bought, or is this one?
I bought that helmet. Yeah, I don't take credit for that, but that is a 25th. That's the Rise of Cobra Destro body. So
okay.
I took the collar off, sculpted the collar on, sculpted a new collar on, made him, of course, made him fat. That's why you don't see the midsection break there. So that's sculpt to make him to make miles. And those are Marauder suit legs that I put a little bit on there to thicken them up some.
Oh, okay.
Looking at these now, the original release looks nothing like Miles Mayhem from the show.
No.
Well, it gave you an idea, but
yeah,
it looks idea.
Looks like a Korean or a samurai guy.
You know who he looks like? Oh man, what's that actor's name now? There's an actor. Shit, I shouldn't even try to explain because I can't remember what shows he's been in.
I know
but he's not a well-known actor, but he's been he's one of those familiar faces. You've seen him in so many different things. If I find a picture, I'll post it online. Oh my goodness, Brad Turner.
Yeah, now he just got completely redone recently.
This is new, yeah, because I remember seeing your original version of that.
I tried to do a better job matching the colors this time.
Definitely spot on.
Look great.
There's Vanessa. Oh, so good. What base body did you use for this?
It's a boss fight body.
Oh, okay.
And just all the details are sculpted on.
Very cool. Like even the hair coloring is like just perfect.
You want us to leave you alone for a minute there, Pirate?
I know. I think I might need a moment. I'll wait till after the show for that. But this character is really cool. I remember he never had a vehicle. No, he had the pickup truck for a while, right? I think
Firecracker.
he was, and then he got his own that 57 Chevy.
Hurricane.
That was the one that I had as a toy.
Yeah.
I loved that vehicle. This guy was cool. I had his vehicle too, the motorcycle, the Piranha, I think it was called.
Yep.
Very cool. There he is, Rick
Sato.
Sato. Yeah. Lifter on.
Lifter on.
So Bruce was a
Bruce Sato, yeah.
But he just got redone.
Nice. Again, the level of detail is just insane in terms of the sculpting.
Yeah.
So now, was this a helmet you sculpted, or is this another one that was 3D printed?
Purchased, no. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. This guy's cool too.
Yeah, I always liked his helmet.
He was the idiot. Yeah, he had like a flame that came out of his head.
But
right?
his vehicle was one of my favorites. The jackhammer.
Yes, I love the jackhammer.
Jackhammer's awesome.
There's that Cobra SUV that kind of looks like that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
From Rise of Cobra.
Yeah, it looks just like it. Obviously, it doesn't transform like it, but it looks just like it. This is my favorite figure. I love this out of all your figures. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's the color scheme as well. And I love her. I've always loved her helmet. And then also in the show, I loved her car, the Porsche 928. One of my favorite cars.
Yeah, that's another one. Just got redone.
Wasn't that the last vehicle to be released in the mass line? Was her Porsche?
Yeah, and actually, there's a company that made a 1/18 scale version of it. I can't remember the name of the company.
Someone did the Matt Tracker's Hawk thing or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's the same company that did her Porsche. That's probably why they didn't come up with anything more than just the two, because they made her car as well.
Yeah.
This guy's cool. His car was nice too.
Yeah, that's when I sculpted.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And again, the level of details is insane. This guy had his Corvette. This guy was cool too.
Yeah, he was cool too.
I sculpted that mask.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine how long it must take you to sculpt these things.
So yeah, this guy right here, that is simply a Marauder body. So you can see all the sculpt. That's a dress shirt that I sculpted the sleeves because he has those like, I don't know, the markings on his sleeves, and then of course the cuffs on his for his gloves, all the fur on his legs.
Wow.
I mean, he took a while.
For some reason, I do not recall this character at all.
I don't remember him either, to be honest with you.
Only in season 2, the racing series. I think he was only in a couple of episodes.
Oh, okay.
Was he a good guy or a bad guy? Because he looks like a bad guy.
He was actually an undercover agent. So he started out, you thought he was working for Venom, but he actually was a mask agent. So he was good.
My goodness, I gotta go back and catch up on that show, man, because I don't remember any of that. And so this guy, I had him too. I loved his vehicle.
Ali Bombay.
Yeah. Can it get more on the nose than that?
We'll catch you later, Brian. Thanks for coming.
See you later, man. For those of you that are sticking around, thank you so much. We still got a few more to go through, quite a few more actually. But you guys won't be disappointed. This stuff is just amazing. This guy's really cool too.
Yeah, I sculpted that mask. That was a headache. Oh,
I could imagine, man. Just the level of detail. And again, it looks just like the helmet on the original figure. That's nuts.
Looks like Bill Gates.
Kind of does.
Maybe that's what they're going.
And this is another guy. I don't remember this.
I don't remember him at all.
Nevada Rushmore. He was also in the second series, second season, the racing series. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This guy's cool.
Lester Sludge,
I don't know how you remember all these names, man. I don't remember.
I sculpted that mask as well.
Look at that.
And actually, most of his outfit is mostly sculpted because, again, that's just a Marauders figure.
That's insane, man. I remember this guy. I had this vehicle too.
I had this one as a kid too. Julio Lopez.
And again, another on the nose name.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I had his bike too.
This is one I've redone. When they came out with that head, Marauders did, it had that little smirk on it.
Right.
I replaced several of my guys, so that all that hair and stuff is sculpted right there. But
wow.
I really like that head for him.
Yeah, he kind of has to have that little bit of an attitude look.
Awesome. He looks like the lead singer from Power Man 5000.
Yeah,
it kind of does.
A lot of times, Billy Idol is what people say.
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah. I can see that. I think he's probably based on Billy Idol.
Like your figure.
I would think so, actually. If you look at him in the cartoon.
Yeah, the way he talks and stuff kind of remind me of Billy Idol.
Yeah.
This guy with Gator.
Yeah, he got. I recently redid him. I wanted to clean up the sculpt work on him and stuff. So
is this the newer version that we're looking at?
That's the newer version. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, look at the detail. I know, right? And I don't remember this guy either.
See, I really like this guy.
I like his look.
Yeah, I didn't have him.
William Shatner. That's what he looks like.
He kind of does.
like the original version. Your version looks awesome, but
Ace Riker. He was an astronaut.
Oh, see how fitting.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
So I really
I like his bomber jacket.
Yeah, so that's sculpted as well.
Jeez.
All of that, all of the detail on his chest is sculpted. So
I'm just tired. I feel tired just looking at all these things that you've sculpted. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine how long it would have taken to make these.
Alex Sector, he's also new. He got not new, but he got remade.
Did you sculpt that helmet too?
No, I didn't sculpt that helmet. So
that's to say that would be tough.
Yeah, I didn't sculpt that helmet at all.
This was my favorite, the Rhino.
Rhino was awesome vehicle.
I felt sorry for this guy because he never really seemed to have his own stuff. Like I always thought the Rhino was more Bruce Sato's truck as opposed to this guy. Like this guy they only actually added this guy on a mission if they needed science stuff. Other than that, he was never really around.
I'm pretty sure this figure came with the Rhino.
Did it? I don't remember.
He came with Boulder Hill, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he came with the Rhino. Bruce Sato and Matt Tracker came with
Yeah, Bruce and
the brown suited Matt Tracker came with
which I originally had that version of Matt Tracker as a custom, but I didn't like the mask, so he's actually been torn apart and he's sitting on my desk to be redone as well.
Nice.
So I sculpted this mask, nice. And it was something. That's Jacques Lafleur.
Jacques Lafleur.
Is he Canadian or is he French? Like from France?
I don't know.
He's probably Canadian.
Yeah.
With Lafleur, it's probably Canadian. I remember this guy. He was like during the first season.
Yeah, he came with Boulder Hill as well.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the Jeep or no, it was the other guy that came with the Jeep, the blue and silver dude. But yeah, that's just nuts. So that brings us to the end of part 1 of this. I still have more stuff. So for those of you that are sticking around, thank you so much for sticking around. So let's get into this other half of this. Because that's how big the file was. That StreamYard wouldn't even let me put the whole slideshow as one show. I had to split it in half.
It's got like a 200 megabyte limit or something, doesn't it?
So here's the... Actually, no, it's actually smaller than that. It's a 50... Actually, when I was using the free version, it was the 50. Now, if I probably did it, it'd probably let me do the whole thing. So yeah, now we're getting to some of the good stuff, the really good cartoons. So let's start off with the one that Rad doesn't like.
Gross. Not that bad. They're off-putting.
Yeah, these. So Zyka Toy started making these.
I was about to say
back in I think 2019, maybe.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they are awesome.
They actually had the rest of them planned for a wave 2, and the Kickstarter didn't take. It didn't get funded, so
that's probably why I had such a hard time finding figures because they were so limited, right?
The only custom is a Pensor. If anybody's familiar with these, you have so the first 2, and then the last one on the very end, are not customs. The guy in the middle with the mustache, and
I know he's a custom.
Yeah, that's Pensor is the custom.
So the guy in the very far end on the left. Actually, that was the first Sector figure that I actually got. Was that guy, the guy with the beard?
That's Mantor, I think was his name.
I can't believe you remember all these names. I don't remember any of the names. But yeah, I heard the
So
animators.
yeah, for now, Spydrax is the only one they made. The guy
That's the guy in
in
purple.
purple. Yeah, so the
Yeah,
other three guys are all customs.
that's insane. So you guys see what they look like here. Wait till you see the side by sides.
And those are the original Sector bugs with them.
Yes, those are from the vintage
Yeah,
line.
because
I have all of those.
the original figures were massive compared to
Oh, yeah.
these guys, right?
Yes.
So
They're the
here's
vintage ones. Those are all. And then that's a Starella from the new
yeah, the girl on the
Nacelle.
end.
I think
That's the one I really wanted.
Yeah.
I could never get her. She always was sold. Everywhere I looked, she was sold out.
So she fits right in though with the vintage figures though.
Oh yeah, it's like really awesome. So here's the side by sides.
Yeah.
Just insane. Like the level of detail. It's just crazy. So did you sculpt the heads? I guess.
Yes.
Well, I know the antennas, but the actual eyes and everything. You sculpted all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all sculpt.
And then
Yeah, Skulk, the spider looking guy, is actually one
Yeah.
of my favorite ones I've done.
yeah, he's really cool, man.
Yeah, I really like the way that the 1/18th version of him turned out. That's really cool.
Yeah. It looks better than the original. Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
No,
Oh,
that's all I could find in terms of what you did for the sectars.
That
So-
very very limited line. So
That's fine with me.
yeah.
So now we're getting to figures. I want all of these. I want all of them. All of these figures that he made, I want all of them. So here we go. Here's the line of
Good
Silverhawks.
dude.
I know, right? The color matching is just top notch. The level of detail, they look like they just jumped off the page. And I actually used to collect this line as a kid. With the original figures. So how did you get the metallic? Is it just metallic paint that you bought, or?
It's just and then I use a gloss sealer.
Oh,
Make
okay.
it instead of on the other ones I'll use a matte sealer
Right.
to stop the shine. For them, I intentionally wanted the shine. So
So here's Stargazer.
Oh, man,
Yep.
this is so
I'm trying to remember. Did Stargazer? Were you able to look through the back of his
yes,
head?
you can look through the back of his head. Yep.
I remember there was a gimmick about him because all the other ones is like you just click the legs and their arms would spread out.
Yeah,
But I remember he had a gimmick. And I couldn't remember what it was. It was one of the first Silverhawk figures that I got with Stargazer. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And I like how you did both head sculpts. So the one with the mask on, and then the one without. Like that's because the original figures didn't even have that option.
Yeah.
You just had it with the face exposed.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was able to purchase those as well. And again, there's a lot of people that have these now 3D printed.
Yeah.
Like several different sites you can find Silverhawk heads now.
Huh. I gotta
Yeah,
go.
they've
I
got
gotta
them
go
on,
look for them.
They got them on Cults 3D. I think they're like.
Oh really? Okay. I'll
I
have
think
to
they're
go
like
look for those.
$3 or $4 a piece.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna go order some of those tonight, man.
Oh no, you got to print them after that. After you buy
Okay,
them.
well, I know a guy who has a printer.
Craniac Studio has them as well.
Yeah, I just recently from Craniac, I got some of the Power Ranger helmets.
Yeah.
So I wanted the Green Ranger's helmet and the White Ranger's helmets because those are my favorite ones. So I got those, and I also got a Blade head sculpt as well. My only problem is painting because my vision's not the greatest. So painting, especially eyes, I hate doing that shit.
Flashback is his name, Bob.
Splashback?
Flashback.
Flashback, not splashback. That sounds terrible.
Dirty mind.
Nice.
She was my favorite character. I don't know what it is. Like it's always the female characters that
It's
get
like
me.
all girls.
It's the shape, man. I am a pervert, man. I won't lie.
Pervert.
She was hot, man. You can't say she wasn't hot. As a kid, I was like, oh,
Yeah, dude, Chitara.
she was pretty.
Chitara was my jam.
There you go, man. So this one, the only thing that threw me off though was her whole metal body part. It just couldn't work. At least with the one hand would work.
I think Robot Chicken did a skit about that.
Yes, I actually was watching that last night. Hilarious.
Robot Chicken. If you've not seen the Robot Chicken with Bionic 6,
Yes, I saw that
that is
too.
hilarious.
I saw that last night too.
Each
It's
member keeps
hilarious.
getting killed, and he's like Bionic 5, and then
Yeah. Oh, look at this, man. So this is I can't remember her name. I remember his name was Steel Will.
Steel Heart. That's Steel.
Oh,
Will.
Steel Heart and
Yeah.
Steel Will. Yeah. He was like a football player.
He's like the Wolverine of their team.
He was a football player. And can you believe they're twins? they're actually supposed to be twins.
They're the same color.
Copper Kid, awesome stuff.
Oh, this guy was annoying.
I know. I hated
The
this
whistle
character.
talk?
Yeah, I hated this character. Shut up, man. Now this guy, oh man, I liked him. I liked him and I hated him at the same time because he always used to break out in a song, which I hated. But I just loved how he looked, though. I thought he was like one of my favorite ones because it's my favorite color. But the color you got down pat, man. This looks amazing.
I always wondered why their costumes always had like one piece of skin exposed, like
partly metal, partly real. It's like the 2014 RoboCop. He had the one hand that was exposed, but then the rest of him was all metallic.
That's weird. Just go all the way.
I think it's just so that they could shake people's hands and they wouldn't feel weird. And this guy is Hot Licks. What a stupid name for a black guy. Of course, they call him Hot Wing.
Yeah.
It's Hot Wing.
His name is Hot Wing.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Hot Wing.
Because black people like their wings.
I did have to sculpt his helmet and everything.
Name of fried chicken or something.
I know, right? This guy, he looks so cool though. Great job on that. I forget this guy's name.
Flashback.
That's Flashback.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the one Bob asked about a second ago in the chat.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Timbo. Yeah, you better
welcome.
There'll be a quiz on Friday.
Yes. There's still plenty to go through, though, man. We still haven't touched Thundercats yet.
So I had to sculpt Flashback. That's sculpt too, his helmet and everything.
Nice.
And all the detail on him.
So all of these, these heads are all sculpted though, like the ones
I haven't
without the
seen
mask.
them. Yeah, no one offers them.
Okay.
So
wow.
Which no one remembers them either. So
and I'm guessing you sculpted their feet too.
Yes. Yeah, all of that is all the details sculpted on him.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. There's Monstar.
Yeah.
Like look at the size difference though compared to the original figures. Yeah, but he's actually still big. You still made him a big character. Do I have the picture? I don't know if I have the picture of all of them.
With him standing in the middle.
No, I don't have that picture.
That's all right. He's bigger than the Silverhawks though.
Those Iron Man legs again?
That is the Iron Man drawn completely.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, but with just some added sculpts.
Yeah, sculpt on top of it, yeah.
It looks great. Wow.
I love the shine to it. I normally don't like shiny figures, but this guy looks like he should be shiny.
Yeah, it's all like I say. You can buy the gloss. Just get gloss varnish.
Right.
Yeah.
That is awesome, Ian. Really cool stuff. And here's our last segment.
Yeah, let's go Thundercats.
And you went with both the original season and then the other season when they had the newer characters. So you have all of them in there. So here they all are. Really awesome looking designs. Like the level of detail is insane. The color matching is just phenomenal. Now, did you make Snarf?
Snarf? No. Somebody had him on a website and just randomly had him, and his arms move and his head moves. And I messaged them and said, "Hey, what size is this?" And they're like, "He's made in 4-inch scale." But that's all they said to me, so I didn't know if they meant he was 4 inches. So I went ahead and picked it up, and he arrived, and he was in scale with a 4-inch figure. So
nice.
I like how the twins look aged up. Like after I read, I don't know if anybody did. Was it IDW or one of them? There was Dogs of War.
Yeah, I read that.
Then they actually continued it, like when Lionel came out of the book of Omens, he was older, and then everybody was like older, and it was
I remember that. That was actually really cool.
That was a great series, man.
What I like too about what you've done here is that they all have different heights.
That's what I was going for. Like Lino, that's the one thing about Super 7 that I love the figures, but like Tigra is bigger than Lino. Obviously Tigra should not be bigger than Lino.
Exactly.
So now I do get a lot of criticism on the Thundercats saying that they should be bigger, and I don't really get like the Thundercats weren't like bodybuilders.
They were all like very athletic. So
yeah, and that's kind of
they
the
built like
look I was
cats.
going for was this like muscular athletic look.
Like the only one that I would think would be somewhat bulky is Panthro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Panthro is friggin' ripped.
And I tried to make him. If you see him stand, I mean, his arm. He's big. He's bigger than the rest.
He's the right size though. He looks ripped, and he was like,
he was shorter. Yeah,
and that's that's kind of what I was going for with him. But
I love the detail in terms of the paintwork and in terms of the two tones. You know how they have the around their mouth, they have that other color skin. Like you match all that perfectly. And look at Jaga though. So this is them with your Cat Slayer.
Yes.
This is why when I first saw your line of action figures, I know I couldn't recreate those figures, but I was gonna get this mainly so that I could put the 2011 action figures with this Cat Slayer and put the tank in there as well.
It scales really awesome. Like
it does perfect.
That looks like the proper scale for their Cat Slayer. It's huge.
That's the vintage Thunder tank from back.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why it looks smaller because when I saw the figure beside it, I'm like, that looks small, and you're saying, oh no, the new one's huge.
No, the new one is no, the new one's massive.
I always loved in the old cartoon when they started up the Thunder Tank. It had its own song. It was like, it was like it's Thunder Tank time.
Yep, it's time for some action. And I loved a lot of the vehicles. What I can't remember. Was it the Feliner?
There was a Feliner.
There's a ship called the Feliner.
That was the one that the cats at the Tower of Omens had.
Yeah. Actually, I remember the Tower of Omens.
Yeah, because Bengali, when he joined the show, he started like making a whole bunch of shit for the guys at the tower.
Yeah, because he had that anvil hammer.
Yeah.
And he used to build stuff with it. Yeah. I loved Bengali. He was such a cool character. Bengali and Pumaro is pretty cool too. And I like with the newer series how they gave them different types of personalities. Like I don't think they had a Bengali in the newer
Actually,
series.
I really liked how Pumaro was like brought back from the dead by Mumra in the new series.
Yes, I love that. I love that new series. The way they approached the story is really cool, and I loved how they interacted all the other Rankin type shows. So they had the Tiger Shark and stuff like that. Some of those characters were in there as well. Like
I love how
Lioness was freeing the other animal.
I like that whole storyline with it. Yeah, they all worked for Mumra in the beginning. Then
it was really well done.
And I like how Thundera was a city and not a planet.
Yep. But I can't get over this Cat Slayer, man. A part of me still wants to get it. I don't have the space for it, but it's just insane.
It is massive.
So here's the team inside the Cat Slayer. That's how big it is. Like, look how much space around them there is while they're standing in the middle.
It's really surprising how well this scales with one.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, it's surprising how well the layer like scales with 1/18th, and it's made.
Yeah, I find it scales perfectly with the 1/18 scale figure.
I think it's great.
Now, did you, in terms of the Thundercat symbol, you painted that
on the
black and red? No, on the figures.
Yes,
you painted that. Yeah. Holy shit, dude!
Dude, that's hard.
Holy shit, man. That's insane, man. Wow, that's friggin' awesome. Awesome work, man. And here's the bad guys. Now, the only one I know that's not a custom there is Slide.
He's super
so Slide is a reaction figure, but yeah, I did. I sculpted. If you look at the reaction figure, he doesn't have the big hump on the back, which he should have. So that actually sculpted, and then the spikes, and then I projected his shoulders out a little bit with some sculpt, and then he's a full body.
Okay.
And then lengthened his tail. So it is a custom, but not like
the other ones.
No, not like the other ones.
So for mine, I cut the head off the Super 7 and put it on a Leatherhead Ninja Turtle figure.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I might have to do that. Jaga. Look at, oh man, this is so awesome.
I love Jaga, man. He's awesome.
Yep. Very cool. The original Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Lionel, this looks awesome. And I love the fact that you made that his claw removable. What, did you sculpt the sword, or is that the one from the 2011?
Picked it up at Joe Fest.
Oh, really? Okay.
And somebody just had they just had it in a parts bin. So actually, when I found the the sword is what made me decide I wanted to make the Thundercats.
Wow,
So,
just the sword. That's all it took.
yeah.
That's usually how it goes, right? Just that one little thing that gets you going off on a
I was
tangent for a
at,
custom.
I got 2 or 3 of them, but I was at Niagara Comic Con a few
Yeah.
years ago, and somebody was selling letter openers that were like 1/12 scale sort of omens.
Ooh, that must
I
look
bought like
awesome.
3 of them. I was like, this is fucking cool.
That's awesome, man. Too bad you don't have the 112 version of those
Yeah,
characters. And I remember you were saying in the Outer Multiverses video that his whip was from a
The
mini
Mini-Mates.
line. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mini-Mates, yeah.
But it's
Oh,
just
you did-
perfect.
Cool. You can take it apart and put it like how he has it where it's retractable.
Right.
Oh, man.
So, but he's actually one of my favorite customs. Again,
Oh,
these
you
Thundercats
did,
have been redone multiple
Yeah,
times.
he looks awesome.
The Tigra version too. There's in the vintage line. There's 2 versions. There's the one on
Yeah.
the right, and then there's
Young.
one where they've added white sides to his head, like
Yep.
it's an older
Like
version.
he's older, yeah.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Panthro. This was my favorite character. Was Panthro.
Oh, I love Panthro. He's dope.
He was my favorite character. I guess any character that wears blue is like usually my favorite character, aside from the female characters. They're
Yeah,
usually
just
they're
like-
usually my second favorite, but the Panther was my absolute favorite. This is because he was the martial artist.
Well, I like too how Thundercats took like normally the big tough guy's an idiot, but
Yeah, but he was actually really smart because he was their
he could
mechanic.
build- yeah, he was the mechanic and built stuff. So I like how they kind of broke those like typical '80s tropes. That they had in
Yeah,
cartoons all
but
the
you could tell he was the black guy. The way he talked, you could tell.
Well, his
Oh, that's a
voice.
black guy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
That's the black guy of the team, and of course he's a mechanic.
yeah.
Shatara, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Now she's one I'm extremely proud of the color
I'm
match.
about to say that is perfect, like spot on.
Because even
Is
like
this
her,
Is this another GI Joe buck?
no, it's just a boss
Boss
fight.
fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but like her right arm, the skin tone is slightly different from like her face, and it's ridiculous.
Isn't it because? Oh no, it's not a sleeve. I was trying, but it's not a sleeve. She's wearing like a
No, because she's got the tiger. I mean the cheetah
spots. Yeah.
print. Yeah, I don't know, but it was just when I read this was I think the third time I've done her. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything the way I wanted it this time.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
That's dope.
It's Wily Kit.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it Wily
now
Kit or
there-
Wily Cat?
That's Wily Cat.
Cat's the boy.
Yeah.
Oh okay. I always
So
mixed them up.
that is this was a Luke Skywalker body spliced with a DC Infinite Hero Flash body.
Oh shit.
So that is complete. Everything was sanded down, and like his tunic, everything is sculpted.
Wow.
So head is sculpted. I mean, it's all.
I would have thought you used like a a Wolverine head and just repainted it. That's what I would have done.
Probably would have been
Use a
smarter.
Use a
Never-
Wolverine
never-
head.
Never trust anyone wearing a tunic.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that was in that movie Land of the Lost with Will.
Oh, I remember that show.
He's wearing a tunic. Don't trust him.
Wow, Wily Kit looks awesome. Like the
Yeah,
head
they,
sculpt is just insane.
Yeah, that's a Luminara Unduli.
Oh,
Clone
okay.
Wars. Yeah, they were smaller. The Clone Wars figures were smaller.
Yeah,
That's dope.
So
she looks awesome. Oh, Linkso.
Oh, Link so
Good old
cool.
Linkso. Such a cool. And the paintwork is just insane, man. I still can't get over that you painted those symbols. That's the part I can't believe you did that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like
Yeah,
I
it
can
was,
barely paint little details. This guy's making a whole Thundercats logo on their shirts and paint. It's insane. Bengali, yes, one of my favorites.
yeah.
Again, I guess it's because of the blue.
And I love how you like did his hair different than Tiger's. Like
Yes.
you can't. It's not the same buck. Like I guess the original figure was kind of like that
No.
one, but I think the original LJN figure was just a straight up repaint of Tigra.
I don't know. I have them. I have to look. That head sculpt I purchased though.
Oh, okay.
I would
Okay.
actually like
But
to
you
make
painted it though, right?
Yeah, but I'd actually like to make it a little more like the Super 7 one, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to be able to re-sculpt it. But right now, I'm not.
Yeah.
He's not on the list to be redone.
He's one in the vintage figure. He's one of the most expensive figures other than Jaga.
Oh
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's dude.
I don't have his hammer.
He's
I have
so
all
awesome.
the vintage line, but I don't have
What hammer did you use for him?
mini
Did you
mates.
make that? Oh, okay.
Mini mates.
Perfect. It's like the perfect size for that.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
And there's Primera. Oh
Oh
yeah.
wow, she looks great.
I know, right? Is this again? It looks like they just jumped right out of the cartoon.
Yeah, these are
So
awesome.
cool. You did a fantastic job with these. And here she
There
is.
she is, Mandora.
She was one of my favorite. Although her voice really annoyed me. The way she
She
talked,
was very.
like that really weird kind
Oh
of.
no, she was very like just overdone tough girl kind of voice. Like it was just like it was weird.
I found it was like a. I thought it sounded like a tough robotic voice, kind of.
I don't know. I just
She
called her like
sound.
Space Girl RoboCop.
Yeah, she definitely was that because she talked kind of like a robot.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
she
liked her though.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, she was still one of my favorite characters. This is
I
insane.
love that his weakness is his own reflection.
Yeah,
And light.
Oh yeah.
But that's oh my gosh, this is
that's a
insane.
Marvel. That's several Marvel Universe bodies kind of mixed
So I
together.
think you said Warpath was one of the bodies they
Yeah,
used for this one.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a Warpath is partly used. I think Hyperion legs.
wow.
I think it's Beast arms.
What
'cause I
about
wanted
the
it to be
feet? Did you
bigger.
sculpt the feet?
Are those beast feet?
The feet are taken off of one of the 2011
Oh, okay.
Mumra figures.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And look at the side by side.
Yeah.
He looks so tiny, but yeah,
That-
when you see him by himself, he's huge.
That Super 7 Mumra, though, is one of the best figures that's ever
Yeah,
been
I
made.
really love that figure. Awesome stuff.
Mummer is dope.
So here we're gonna get to the bad
Ultraman.
guys.
Yep.
I can't remember. They actually gave these guys real names in the 2011 series, but I can't remember.
They did.
Yeah.
That was now those the mutants they were introducing there towards the end. That was going to be an awesome storyline.
Yeah, I loved how they did that.
actually,
Yeah.
Really good
And I
stuff.
love how they named them because like these are the Vulture Men and this is so and so and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love the detail. Monkey in. So what did you sculpt the head and everything? Because this was like a
Okay,
spiral
so-
body.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So so this is a mixture of things. The animal warriors of the kingdom.
Yeah, that's what.
Arms,
Okay.
lower legs. That is a Marvel Universe thighs.
Oh,
And
wow.
then the head is a Animals of the Warrior Kingdom head, but yeah, I sculpted all the beard and everything onto him. But then
Wow.
the body, the actual torso is from a place called Planetary Dog Toys.
Oh, okay.
It's a website anyway. But it's a werewolf body.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I thought this looks awesome, so I got it and then just kind of
Paint
manipulated it to fit.
That's cool. Yeah, for mine, I cut the head off the Super 7 one and put it on Groon the Destroyer's body.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. That would work. Yeah.
Yeah, from the 2011 line. I love Groon in that cartoon, man.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I like pretty much all the characters they introduced in that show. They did
That
a
was-
really good job with how they introduced the characters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jackalman. I
Jackalman.
love this guy, man. He was supposed to be the most vicious out of Monkey was the most like tough vicious, but he was more this guy was definitely always scheming. Always scheming to try to to try to do some shit. But yeah, he's a cool character. Awesome job on this. Again, the paint color is just crazy.
Yeah. It's awesome how close they are to the Ultimates.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And I forget this guy's name.
Yeah. Mongor.
That's it.
Mongor.
Yeah, I remember him. Do you have plans to do those other characters that were introduced in the second season? The Moon, whatever. I can't remember their names.
The Lunatax?
Yeah, Lunatax. That's it.
Not right now. Eventually, though, I mean, I would like to do all the Thundercats. in
Because
this-
I liked some of those characters, like
Yeah.
that tall, lanky guy,
Tugmug
the
and
Tugmug. Yeah, Tugmug
Lu-
was cool.
Luna, the one that rode around on.
Yeah.
They're coming out in the Ultimate line.
Ooh, that should
Oh,
be
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I think they're like $85.
Ooh, I'll live
That's
through.
American, dude.
I'll
looking at-
exactly. That's like $200 Canadian, right? I'll live through other people's collections. That's why, like I said, I didn't get into this line because it's just way too expensive, especially once you convert and then pay the shipping. Then there's a chance of duty being added to it. It's like, yeah,
Definitely
not
got
worth
you
it.
found your calling, man.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing stuff. Then there's Safari Joe.
Oh,
He
Safari
was
Joe.
he was one of my favorite ones in the
Yeah,
cartoon.
so cool. He did a fantastic job with that. Again, the color matching is just crazy.
That was awesome.
So the only thing I'm not seeing is that ice dude from Hook Mountain.
Got him playing, just haven't
Sandman.
made him yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'd
got
love
him
to.
playing.
I'd love to see, unless it's in here. I'd love to see you do Groon the Destroyer.
No, he's not in here.
He's on the list. Hachiman I've made. I don't know if you got him or not.
No, the only picture I saw with Hachiman was part of a group picture, and because you had that at the in
Okay.
Brian's show, I didn't put it on. Like I
Yeah.
tried to stick to pictures that weren't already shown, because you have so much stuff, so there's really no need to duplicate stuff.
Yeah,
Any
I think that was
plans
the
for
only one.
Any plans for the Burbles?
See, for them,
Fuck the
I
Burbles.
thought about
Fuck them.
how to make them. Could get an Ewok.
I was about to
maybe.
say you'd have to cut up
Oh.
like an Ewok or
Yeah.
something.
So it's more of just what body can I think of that suits
Right.
them? So
You know,
yeah,
what you should do?
I've
Buy
given it
those,
thought.
get the. I think they're 3 or 4 inch Care Bear figures.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember those. Yeah,
They're
that could
somewhat
work.
articulated. Like they've got ball joints and their arms and legs and stuff.
Yeah, it will just be a matter of sculpting of
Oh, there's like
the
a newer.
robotic parts.
You can get them. They're always on clearance. They're new versions that are in stores right now. Like Toys R Us had them, and like
Well, what scale are they?
they're like they come out to be like 3 inches maybe.
Oh, okay, that would work.
Just like a little stupid collectible thing. Like but they do have some articulation.
But yeah, I'd like to see you tackle the Burbles. That'd be pretty cool too. I hated those characters, but I'd like to see you tackle that.
There was
This-
so
like
many
this-
new species in the 2011 series, like the big elephant dudes, and like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
there's
those
so
would be
many.
cool.
Or those little like the ones really sad episode where the little forest people like their life.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of forest people, those chicks,
The
those
sister.
Amazons,
Yeah.
Amazonians. Are you planning on making any of them? Because that's fairly simple to make.
Yeah, they're on the
those.
list. Boss Fight makes plenty of parts to be able to throw
Yeah.
them on there.
That's
So-
going to be awesome. Can't wait to see that. So that's what we have for part one. We'll definitely have to reconvene and do a part two where we dive into some of the other cartoons, some of the other shows that I enjoy. Because I saw Bull and Luke Duke. I saw Tom
Oh, wow.
Selleck. I saw Captain Power. I wanted to dive into that as well, but we'll save those for another show because you have so much content, so much amazing sculpt work that we could do an entire week of this year's sculpt work alone, and we'd fill up every day of the week. We'd fill up an entire show with like right now we were like what over an hour and a half. We talked about mostly your sculpt work, and it's just phenomenal. I wasn't disappointed with a moment of what we saw. So really, definitely, you found like Rad said, you found your calling. Your craft work
Ian
is
said
just
that, man.
amazing.
Ian
But-
said that in the chat.
But for absolutely agree.
He is correct.
But so that brings us to the end of today's show. It was amazing. Chris, thank you so much for being on. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing work. So his information will be in the description, or actually is in the description right now. So you can go and follow him there. Go show him some love, both on Facebook, Instagram. Go and give him a follow. You won't be disappointed. He has a lot of amazing work. We just actually scratched the surface of what he has been producing. And this is all done fairly recently. Like you haven't been at this for that long, right?
I guess 4 years, 5 years.
Like you have way more than 4 years worth
Done.
of
I
content.
was if you said 4 or 5 months, I was gonna tell you to go after
No.
that.
No,
But still,
you-
even 4 years, that's crazy for the amount of stuff. Because, like I said, we only touched a little bit of the content that you have. So, in 4 years, you did a lot of work, man. Just insane. Absolutely, Ian.
It
Absolutely.
is crazy.
Appreciate
So before you end, though, I'm gonna plug something.
Sure, go ahead.
So this Friday on WMC, we have the beginning of the death race. It's me versus Zilla.
Yeah, that was
And,
cool.
yeah, we're gonna like kind of demonstrate how the race is gonna work and everything. We also have sci-fi diorama guy. He's gonna talk about
Nice.
his Firehawk build and a few other customs just to kind of fill out some more time in case Zilla speeder destroys me in 3 minutes. We'll see.
He's actually going to be on our show as well. So he's going to come on. I think he's scheduled for April 2nd. Yes. He's going to be on our April 2nd show. So we'll get to see some of his work there as well. So, Chris, you have anything in the works that's coming up, or
No, just the try and get the D&D kids out of the way, and then for the first time, I'm actually using some Joy Toy figures, the Space
nice.
Marines, to create the Earth Corps from Inhumanoids.
Ooh,
Oh wow, dude!
that should be good. That should be awesome.
I used the Iron Man drones to make them earlier, but I never liked them, which is why
Right.
if you look at you can tell what I like and don't like on my Instagram page, where if you only see them like once and they're buried, I don't like them very much.
Yeah, because usually when you put them in like a group, they're usually at the
Yes,
back.
they're the ones so I'm planning on, I'm in the process of sanding them down, taking all the
Okay.
details off to start sculpting on them.
Nice. But yeah, like I said, there's still so much that we haven't touched on. Didn't touch on the Galaxy Rangers. Didn't touch on Jason, the Wheel Warriors. There's still so much stuff that we haven't touched that I want to go through all those things because, again, all your work is just phenomenal. So I can't wait for that. So this coming Sunday, we have Chris O'Dell going to be on the show. He's going to be talking about his amazing cardboard creations. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you guys can make it Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it'll be me and Chris on a one-on-one. So if you can make it for that, it's in between the Outer Multiverse show and Willem's Toy and Hobby show. So you have some time there. If you have some time on a Sunday, come and check that out. And then next week, Whip Wednesday Live, we have Adam from The Lead Will Walk the Earth. So I can't wait to pick his brain on his cosplay designs, on his Greebly work. All that stuff's going to be amazing. So I hope you guys can make it live for that. But like I always say, if you can't, there's always the replay. Well, until then, pirates, take care.